turn to Washington. President Trump laying out some new tariff threats for 3 critical industries, which we sort of discussed around the edges here. It comes ahead of his speech later today. So Eamon Javers is here with the latest from the White House on what we actually know or don't. Hi, Eamon.
Hey there, Courtney. President Trump is in Miami today, where he's going to participate in the Saudi-backed FII summit. It's a gathering of business executives who are going to discuss topics ranging from carbon markets to deep-sea ocean mining to Bitcoin. A White House official tells me the president's message to the CEOs will be that the United States is open for business and welcomes foreign investment. Now, we expect the president's remarks to kick off around 5 p.m. this evening. Also appearing at the summit are executives from a wide range of industries, including cryptocurrency supporter Michael Saylor, former Google CEO Eric Schmidt, and Saudi ambassador to the U.S. Rima Bandar Al Saud. Now, the summit is put on by the Future Investment Initiative. It's an organization run by the Saudi Arabian Sovereign Wealth Fund, which is called the Public Investment Fund. And it all comes, as you say, as investors are going to be watching for more details on Trump's newest tariff threat Tuesday, when he said he would impose tariffs on autos and other key industries. Here's what he said.
It'll be in the neighborhood of 25%.
Semiconductors and pharmaceuticals?
It'll be 25% and higher, and it'll go very substantially higher over a course of a year. But we want to give them time to come in because, as you know, when they come into the United States and they have their plant or factory here, there is no tariff. So we want to give them a little bit of a chance.
But you see the president there signaling the possibility of a delay. He says we want to give them time to come in. So clearly some negotiations are upcoming here. We don't have the full scope of this. And to Mike's point from a few minutes ago about whether these are true tariffs or just tariff rhetoric, there's a lot of loosey-goosiness here in terms of how high these tariff rates will go, what they'll be applied to, which companies will be affected. All of that still TBD, guys. Back over to you.
I mean, it seems, Eamon, I know you were around for the first Trump administration. It does seem that this time it feels like potentially the beginning of a negotiation, more so than the last time. It felt like last time tariffs went in and sort of that was that. This time it feels like some wiggle room, especially with maybe what we've already seen from Mexico and Canada. Do you think that is the president's intention?
Yeah, I mean, I've said this before, but I mean, I think the president is a hardliner, but a flexible hardliner in the sense that he wants to lay out these very tough terms and then kind of back off of them, right? So he laid out, Canada and Mexico tariffs, then backed off of them. He laid out last week the idea that he was going to put in reciprocal tariffs, but then backed that out till April 2nd, and maybe not even then, and we'll see. These tariff threats last night, automotive, pharmaceutical, semiconductors, and others, they'll come in, but maybe not, and maybe it'll depend on what the companies actually do. And so in every case, he's putting down a hard rhetorical marker, but he's also signaling a willingness to be flexible to negotiate. This president sees himself as the deal maker in chief and sees himself as capable of handling, a 19-part negotiation with every industry in every country simultaneously that will get the best deal for the United States. That's a very complex thing, and for Wall Street, it's going to be very difficult to monitor all of those and figure out which ones are real, which ones are actually happening, and which industries are winning and losing in that fight. For Trump, it creates an atmosphere where he has maximum leverage and keeps everybody else with maximum uncertainty, and that's where he likes to operate.
Absolutely. It's fascinating stuff, Eamon. I know we're all going to be working pretty much around the clock to figure that out, to try to help investors obviously understand what's real, what's not, what the impacts are, at least with the information that we have at hand. Eamon, thank you so much for all of that.